Initiates of the sacred brotherhood of elite MCs. Raw mysterious initiates of the sacred brotherhood of elite MCs. Raw mysterious initiates of the sacred brotherhood of elite MCs. Raw mysterious initiates of the sacred brotherhood of elite MCs. Raw mysterious. True Ali is happy when Moors are happy. Vixens wink fake lashes trying to trap me. 40 days and nights battling the lower demons. This is not their land, hybrids can't be freemen. If this is not their land, who's the immigrant thinking they're sovereign? Imagination figment, recessive is their status, lacking pigment. Game for the Thanksgiving, but no commitment to indigenous Moors they conquered with Bibles, signs in the vitals and signs in the cycles, only to strangle, embracing my rivals. Free national standards, not playing with the tribals. Each Moor is their own Christ, not disciples. Whether hands or thoughts, no worshiping idols. Always carry my Moorish Quran, no recitals. Everyone will not process ancients' arrivals. Initiates of the sacred brotherhood of elite MCs. Raw mysterious initiates of the sacred brotherhood of elite MCs. Raw mysterious initiates of the sacred brotherhood of elite MCs. Raw mysterious initiates of the sacred brotherhood of elite MCs. Raw mysterious.
Innate mystic ability to show and prove a lesson, coupled with the agility to move you with the message, presence of divine mind to navigate you with a reference, urgent with a purpose, perfect. Emergent urban legends, real more is not a question or a choice or a preference. You are who you are, you should have the same obsession. Broke the same jewels to a dude, the corner, Jane and Western. What you reppin', all that effort, that direction, keep you separate in a world of blind sheep. I was born to be a shepherd, mind like an elephant. Got the paws of a leopard, means I'm wise and I'm strong. Crank you up like I'm a record, take you to the body shop, correct your lines to true vector manifestations. Matter, energy, and mind, spirit men unsung. Trey Young dropping dimes until you tighten up. You catching splinters from the pine, clean the clouds out your thoughts. That's what keep you in the bind.
Initiates of the sacred brotherhood of elite MCs. Raw mysterious initiates of the sacred brotherhood of elite MCs. Raw mysterious initiates of the sacred brotherhood of elite MCs. Raw mysterious initiates of the sacred brotherhood of elite MCs. Raw mysterious.
Stop building your online course until you've first proven demand with this free tool. You can now validate your
Yeah. Yo. Welcome to Morocco. How you feel? All right. Yeah, yo. Cornfield all bright yellow. Green meadows, red cherry trees, blue skies, when it's kept free. Yeah, yo, they all right with the Segro, a nation of Negros. Love God popes and what nature gave, yo. Words don't faze them, step their toes, they blame Satan. Yeah, yo, way yo, they yo, lay low, with only one way to go. All the way up, Jacob, in dreamland you just can't wake up, you're taken. So it's set, ready, go, bolt steady, static from the schism. Here's the division. So how we gon' multiply when we rich? Meaning we can never go broke. Got land title spells out the mojo. Yeah, yo, Morocco. Yeah, yo,
yeah, yo, 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 listen.
Yeah, yo, this west. Yo,
Northwest of Mexico.
Yeah, Morocco. For this wet.
Yeah, just wanna keep Moors free, yeah, yo. And matriarch, no sleep after dark, lay low. I got my speed till the top in the streets, ghetto. And these my children keepsake, fertile dream meadows. I got a cherubim, a seraphim, guarding on my doorways. Who we are, the North Gate. I'm shooting with the stars, predict the forecast in more ways than one. Yeah, my line longer than the earth orbit around the sun. Try to tell them and they dumb, they want to beat face and pour liquor. Forgot the libation, invocation more quicker. To bring my vision forth to light, yet despite where I'm at, they always want to start a fight. When I tell them this Morocco, I'm steady trotting, checking.
Yo, yeah, yo, Morocco. Yeah, yo,
yeah, yo, yo,
yeah, yo,
yo, listen.
Yeah, yo, this west.
it's the Mexican.
Before this wet. I mean, Dayo, it go how we said so.
Never undermine the more and kind of so designed.
The beat mellow, tough turn to weak jello.
To break the boulders who compete to find they beat the drive.
Capiche your caboose if it's too hard for back behind. Back in line.
And what proceeds in the push, we can build that and start the time. Whole program decline.
We be in the hood, the whole thing a domicile. The sheep was with wolves, now they looking full.
Don't prick your finger, get the spool, who's the fool?
Don't trick your finger up, killing you. Boom. Yo, yeah, yo, Morocco. Yeah, yo, yeah,
Yeah,
yo,
yo,
yeah, yo,
yo, listen.
Morocco. Yeah, yo, this west. Yo,
Northwest of Mexico.
yeah, Morocco. Before this west. Yo, yeah, yo, Morocco. Yeah, yo, yeah, yo, it's Morocco. Before this west.
In the spirit of a prophet in Islam, we study the ancient manuscripts, Moorish Quran. Everything we do is halal, some haram. Know it sounds like the hook, but this is the song. When I see a brother, I greet him with salam. Want the whole truth about Hitler and Saddam. Devastated what you did in Vietnam. Out of the savannah, so they had to use bombs. It's been a few years, I read my Proverbs and Psalms. When I see my sisters, I tell them sit calm. It's your destiny, you hold it in your palm. Mr. Popularity never cared about the prom. One of life's great mysteries, young phenom. I am that I am, that's word to my mom. Moved out the rough edges, eliminate the arms. Know what you're pledging, no Uncle Tom. Coming for our territory, taking back Guam. With that old time good spell, I wave my magic wand. Now I'm impressed, the vibration sound is on. It's on.
Don't give it away. Yo, Mars don't give it away. Every time that I accelerate, they copy. I'm the master. Take my mother's and the father's great gift to stay. Great the masterpiece for masters trying to masterpiece. This time I'm like a masterpiece. This law gon' give me the bread. Yo, Mars don't give it away. They play your life and try to take you. Can you count how many times I'll try and break you? Try to got a great clue. Struggle size 8 you. Mind of my own with a great truth. I sip a little great goose while swerving on the state truth while plotting my escape of they rules, they schools, they jewels. They couldn't help my shine like chemicals. I'm at the top of my class on the pedestal. I throw that letter at you. That's HB number 2. And keep my name out your mouth unless it's about the bread, my youth. Quarter come up with the money that you run up when this crow game turn up in my young guards aim and shoot with your lame excuse. No, I never that. This a full force sound system level that. Yo, you only talking fee out where your levels at. This is God body, show me where the devil at. I'll let you read what this life about. We the lawmakers, architects, and still they doubt. We keep it factual with math and science practical. They love to hate the natural. Pain with the gain, no clout. A little fame couldn't stray, I remain on route. I move mountains, earthquakes on speakers. Something off the counting these occurrences, they speechless. For the world, I'm the teacher. I'm sure like the beaches, keeping everything du jour. I'm the one with the features that they envy. We the reason that they seek us to take us out every season. So, Moors don't give it away. Yo, Moors don't give it away. Every time that I accelerate, they copy. I'm the master. Take my mother's and the father's great gift me to stay. Drake the masterpiece, the masters trying to masterpiece. This time I'm like a masterpiece. This law gon' get me the bread. Yo, Moors don't give it away. Yo, Moors don't give it away. Why am I in this?
Good.
Character, right?
Good. Goddess outstanding, keeps order, she de jour. I thought Orisha Omega deity, she a Moor. Amongst the elite, but relate to the core. She command the fleet first to step on the shore. Snooze never sleep, won't hear me snore.
Hey yo, play me once, you'll never snake me twice. Break this smoke and never save my life. Never rolling with that piece, so respect my life. Respect my life, yo. Moors don't give it away. Yo, Moors don't give it away. Every time that I accelerate the copy, I'm the master. Take our mothers and the father's grave, give me the state. Drink the masterpiece, the masses trying to masterpiece. This timing like a masterpiece, this law gon' get me the bread. Yo, Moors don't give it away. Yo, Moors don't give it away. Respect my life, 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 never. Hello. ¿Cómo está? Hey. You know the PM studio, man. 7998 Premier Road. Yeah, throw it. Hello. Buenas noches. Why did I go to the end of the song for real?
Northgate, H2O flow, Sheik, Canaanland Moors, when these fall, Shalon Davis, salute, hot house, check it. They say they wanna learn, they only debate. Referencing the truth, trust me, they only sounding great. Study nationality before you question my estate. I'm not a minority, why you so late? Majority rules, here comes the test. Fact, that's my hand in the form of a V on the chest. That's a womb that is blessed like a moon and a crest. Major forever, infinite mindset. Major from birth, that's a seed in process. I'm a Moor, that is easy to digest. Competent, never tyrannous. That is my land, never faking. Sacred traditions, petitions for what you're not Jamaican. Westmoreland to Portmore, everybody needs more. If you please more, following the apostle, we should be more. I see the unseen more, we more. That's a fact. Canaanland.
They say they wanna learn, complain classes are too long. Don't want it on a phone call, energy too strong. Get it from the wrong source, now they way off course. Think they must be Muslim and give up on all sports. Should give up the red meat, must give up on all porks. Won't be yelling haram when the bottles are uncorked. Eating with the spoon, use forks for tuning. Eating humble pie, no ego ballooning.
H2O flow, Sheik, Canaanland Moors, when these fall, Shalon Davis, salute, hot house, check it. They say they wanna learn, they only debate. Referencing the truth, trust me, they only sounding great. Study nationality before you question my estate. I'm not a minority, why you so late? Majority rules, here comes the test. Fact, that's my hand in the form of a V on the chest. That's a womb that is blessed like a moon and a crest. Major forever, infinite mindset. Major from birth, that's a seed in process. I'm a Moor, that is easy to digest. Competent, never tyrannous. That is my land, never faking. Sacred traditions, petitions for what you're not Jamaican. Westmoreland to Portmore, everybody needs more. If you please more, following the apostle, we should be more. I see the unseen more, we more. That's a fact. Canaanland.
They say they wanna learn, complain classes are too long. Don't want it on a phone call, energy too strong. Get it from the wrong source, now they way off course. Think they must be Muslim and give up on all sports. Should give up the red meat, must give up on all porks. Won't be yelling haram when the bottles are uncorked. Eating with the spoon, use forks for tuning. Eating humble pie, no ego ballooning. Samson 2 caterpillars, got him cocooning. As the full moon hung, spiral energy moving. Up through the crown chakra, energy shooting. And told me upload classes before live YouTubing. 16,000 subscribers, 20% consuming. 80% troll pretending to be tuned in. Comment on every video, pushing the thumbs down. We'll push the link when we live just like a clown. Pouring in the incompetence, always debating. Dissing Drew Ali, but won't give their location. His image on the black banner, that's placation. Just get him out of here, Yusuf yells in frustration. We know they're playing games, we're not berating. Calling 911, scimitars penetrating. In defense of prophets and mothers abused. And newly awakened Moors, amused and confused. This is what it feels like. 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 People running up to me that I don't know. Are you a prince? They ask, tell them I'm from Morocco. Look me up and down with a smile, not a frown. Turn their brain to water, watch the lower self drown. Wanna touch my antennas and steal my energy. Eyes bulge, telling them I'm always King Edward V. When it comes to facts with Moors, they get beggarly. They ask Morocco where? The farthest northwesterly. With every question asked, I respond cleverly. All dependents won't explain expertly. Going in their wallets, pull out pictures with feathers, breaking down the ring, then the mason confesses. He's at 33 degrees, now the combo stretches like yoga into esoteric metaphysic lessons. When my people aren't like me, he impresses. When we take more science to the highways and hedges. This is what it feels like. This is what it feels like. This is what it feels like. This is what it feels like.
They tried to get you to think again. That's the profit. I'm upright, don't need a friend. And you can't stop this. I'ma write with my pen. Violate me and I'ma sentence again. Remain cautious, cause often it's in again. That's in the police out, just the silence men. When they bust through your door, you won't breathe again. Nationality will show you how to live again.
This is what it feels like. 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 People running up to me that I don't know. Are you a prince? They ask, tell them I'm from Morocco. Look me up and down with a smile, not a frown. Turn their brain to water, watch the lower self drown. Wanna touch my antennas and steal my energy. Eyes bulge, telling them I'm always King Edward V. When it comes to facts with Moors, they get beggarly. They ask Morocco where? The farthest northwesterly. With every question asked, I respond cleverly. All dependents won't explain expertly. Going in their wallets, pull out pictures with feathers, breaking down the ring, then the mason confesses. He's at 33 degrees, now the combo stretches like yoga into esoteric metaphysic lessons. When my people aren't like me, he impresses. When we take more science to the highways and hedges. This is what it feels like. This is what it feels like. This is what it feels like. This is what it feels like.
They tried to get you to think again. That's the prophet. I'm upright, don't need a friend. And you can't stop this. I'ma write with my pen. Violate me and I'ma send writs again. Remain cautious, cause often it's in again. That's in the police out, is the silence men. When they bust through your door, you won't breathe again. Nationality will show you how to live again. It can change the predicament you're living in. You can heal the whole world without medicine. Only truth can make you a better man. Why lie? Cause you got paid to murder men. Then you try to lock them up when they riot in. That's okay, cause for freedom I'm diving in. With no knowledge, you come back to die again. Resurrect me not, cause I'd rather be one with Allah.
This is what it feels like. This is what it feels like. This is what it feels like. This is what it feels like.
Like the Catholic Church and founded the Lutheran Church. Martin Luther didn't like the Catholic Church and founded the Lutheran Church. Calvin didn't like the Lutheran Church and founded the Reformed or Calvinist Church. Henry VIII didn't like being denied Catholic marriage and founded the Anglican Church. John Smith disliked the Anglican Church and founded the Baptist Church. William Miller didn't like the Baptist Church and founded the Adventist movement. Ellen G. White really liked what William Miller said and founded the Seventh-day Adventist Church. Charles T. Russell didn't like the Adventist Church and founded Jehovah's Witnesses. Joseph Smith disliked the Methodist Church and founded the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, also known as the Mormons. John Wesley disliked the Anglican Church and founded the Methodist Church. Some pastors didn't like the Methodist Church and founded the Pentecostal Church. Many did not like the Pentecostal Church and founded thousands of churches like Stop Suffering, Assemblies of God, Light of the World, etc. The evangelical movement came from the Baptist Church, while the born-again movement came from the evangelical churches. The born-again faith emerged in the late 1930s in the U.S., and it gained popularity in the 1970s and 1980s, its golden age. There are now 35,000 different so-called Christian religions, each claiming their interpretation of the Bible is the right one. Martin Luther didn't like the Catholic Church and founded the Lutheran Church. Calvin didn't like the Lutheran Church and founded the Reformed or Calvinist Church. Henry VIII didn't like being denied Catholic marriage and founded the Anglican Church. John Smith disliked the Anglican Church.
Islam, Moors, honors to all the Moors, wherever you're at. Supreme honors to you for knowing the truth, for knowing what's up, for having your head on a swivel. Right? Honors to you. Honors to all the Moors in the chat. Supreme honors to Prophet Noble Drew Ali, whose solo return is about to be here. It is a reminder for the Moors. The Prophet writing to Brother Lomax Bey, who ended up being one of the traitor people. Dear brother, be careful. Be very careful of propaganda and news that you hear. There is a certain movement from the churches to destroy our movement and dishonor me, and that have men paid, both Europeans and Asiatics, and any outside letter that you receive, let me know the message. Then I will know that you are a Moor. And I favor Moors. We Moors must stand in unity. We stand together according to deeds and action, not by words of lips. This letter is to be read to the temple. The 8th of January is my birthday. That will be our Christmas. And all presents are to be sent on that day. I look for all
faithful Moors, to send me a present on that day, no matter how small or large. Let it be finance or domestic. It is a law of Allah and not mine, as I am only his son, one of his sons. We are under the crescent and star, the same as other prophets have been, and the world is under the same. Love to all, peace, Noble Drew Ali. So tomorrow, January 8th, the Moorish Christmas, because Drew Ali wanted us to have our own everything. They have their prophet, their son of God. Remember, he said he's one of his sons. One of his sons. And so they have a son of God. And his birthday. And we're celebrating all that stuff. So our people don't feel left out. Because, leaving that Negro black colored and all that stuff that's a lot of work. That's a lot of work for our people. Right, that transition. So Drew Ali put little steps to make the transition over the vastness easier. Right. If you have any questions, you can put them in the chat in all caps. We did get some on the email. So we'll hit the email up. Honors to all the Moors in the chat. Tomorrow's the day. Tomorrow's the day. Honors. Round of applause for Noble Drew Ali. Round of applause for Noble Drew Ali. Drew Ali is the man. He really did it. Really did it. Supreme honors to the Prophet. All right. Questions. First question. Yeah, high honors to the Prophet. Q&A. Peace. No one that is trying to build should be offended by Indian, black, etc. So why is it so hard for Moors to accept those names and build with our people? The main reason is because status is the first issue. I don't care what it is that you're doing. The first issue is status. What is your state or condition at the time of whatever it is that you're going to do? Our people accepting the brand names, the slave names, the pseudo names, the fictitious names, the colorable names, our people accepting those means nothing is ever going to get done. because they've abandoned the position of status by being in a dead status. So since they want to be in a dead status, then you get civil rights. You get everything that harms. You get what you don't want. Just by embracing these brand names. So for us to build the one of the statuses that we would need to build is architect, mason. Somebody's gonna have to grab the shovel and the wheelbarrow. Somebody's gonna have to carry the planks of wood from the truck. Oh yeah, we need the truck drivers. We need all the machinery operators. Because without their status, you're not building shit. You're just sitting around looking at each other. So the first issue is status. So it's not we hate our people or we don't want to build with our people. It's we know that nothing is going to be built in a dead status. So until they decide to fix their status, then all of this is just a cookout. Just a party. They can't take it as we hate them and don't want to build because they're some school of thought. That's not what it is. It's their status. The status is dead. If the status is dead, we can't do anything. There's no why. There's no. You're not seeing anybody going up digging up corpses talking about let's go do something. You don't. It doesn't work like that. You're holding your hand walking down the street with a corpse. You think people are going to want to deal with you? You really think people are going to want to deal with you? You're sitting there walking around with a corpse and talk about how come you didn't get the job? They're racist. You know, and it only comes up. It's only because of their emotionalism why they're offended instead of dealing with the reality. We're not talking about emotions and all that. In the realm of law, you need to be in full life before you do anything. I don't care what you're claiming you can do or want to do or whatever. The first issue is status. You go to the job interview, to sit down and all that stuff. The first thing they want to know, who are you? Looking at you dead in your eyes. And they're expecting a response. Right. You know, so we could build. We can let's use different language. We can talk all the time. We can talk anytime. We can have a conversation and all that stuff anytime. We could talk for hours. Moors do that. Right, that's not building though. That's just talking. That's just having some conversation. That's not building. Playing around. If you're talking about building and nobody got no shovels, nothing like that. Not building. You're just talking. Which is fine, you know what I mean? If people want to talk, we can talk forever. You know how Moors get. You give a Moor the floor. See what happens. You give a Moor who studies the floor, see what happens to you. You'll be there for hours. I'm not even talking no master teacher or whatever like that. We're talking about any Moor out here who studies. You give them the mic for a 1 second. See if you're not going to be mad you gave them the mic. Talk you, but they're talking you to life, though. Yeah. Talking to life. They'll definitely talk you to life. So they can't take it as a diss. It's not like we don't want to deal with our people. It's we know that slaves don't have rights. Slaves don't have rights. It's just that simple. So if slaves don't have rights, why would you do anything as a slave? And as a slave, meaning with a slave name or a slave mind or a slave chain or a slave, whatever it is. What did Noble Drew Ali foretell about the future condition of Moorish Americans? Well, when we go to, let me put this up. Let's make this, might as well. Might as well. This is about to be Noble Drew Ali Day and all that. Why not start early? One of the most, if not the most important pieces of literature written by Noble Drew Ali's hand himself is Divine Warning by the Prophet for the Nations. And just like the letters to be read every meeting, if Moors, took the divine warning by the prophet serious, because it's a divine warning by a prophet for the nations, and then Moors have you think that this has nothing to do with them. He's talking about some other people or something like that. When you go through divine warning, all that foretelling of the BS that we're going through right now is all in here. And again, with Drew Ali, you can just go. You can go anywhere, right? And anywhere you go proves his point. Right? I love my people, and I desire their unity and mind back to their own free national and divine standard, because day by day they have been violating the national and constitutional laws of their government by claiming names and principles that are unconstitutional. Aren't they still doing that today? They're still doing that, right? Using those fake names. And then what's their position today? Aren't they misused? Aren't our people imprisoned and exiled and treated like BS. And our people are complaining the most about racism and all that stuff. You want to know why? Because they're practicing, claiming names and principles that are unconstitutional. Prophecy right there in their face. Prophecy right there in their face. Can they see it? No, they don't know about Noble Drew Ali. They didn't even get it that they have a prophet that brought them everything it takes to save a nation. So there is but one supreme issue for my people to use to redeem that which was lost, and that is through the above statements. Then the lion and the lamb can lie down together in yonder hills, and neither will be harmed, because love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice will be reigning in this land. In those days, the United States will be one of the greatest civilized and prosperous governments of the world. But if the above principles are not carried out by the citizens and my people in this government, that's separation, right? The citizens of the government and then my people of the government. That's two different jurisdictions. Remember, if the above principles, love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice, isn't carried out, the worst is yet to come. Because the great God of the universe is not pleased with the works that are being performed in North America by my people. And this great sin must be removed from the land to save it from enormous earthquakes, diseases, etc. So all those earthquakes, diseases, and etc. that you see going on is Noble Drew Ali's prophecy. Because love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice was not carried out by the citizens and by the Moors, conscious or unconscious. And again, we don't have to, give you a 500-page list of whatever. Show you two things that he's a prophet, and that should be convincing enough. What more you want? If you want more, then you better go do some research and go search for that, because I don't know what more you want. Go read Divine Warning for the Nations, so you can see. Well, he's really the man. Not just saying that to give him some props he doesn't deserve or something like that. He actually is. How do the hadiths of Noble Drew Ali guide the spiritual and national upliftment of his people? Let's see. Let's see. All right. How do the hadiths of Noble Drew Ali guide the spiritual and national upliftment of his people? One, the Holy Prophet Drew Ali told the Moors, I brought you everything. I brought you everything it takes to save a nation. Take it and save yourself. So he guided you because he brought you everything, right? He brought everything to you. So you don't need to be guided anywhere. Here it is. Right? And then through reading, studying, and applying what Drew Ali said in the hadith, they'll uplift themselves. Because that's being saved. Right? Upliftment is being saved. I brought you everything it takes to uplift a nation. Take it and uplift yourself. Just to play with it, let's just go anywhere. 126. Brother O. Peyton Bate of Temple 4 and 25 said that the Holy Prophet told the Moors, I'm going to let the fire touch some of you old Moors' shirt tails. I am going. Guide it again. You don't have to go anywhere. He's gonna bring it to you. If you want to play games, old Moors supposed to be in the back and all that stuff, playing around like you're supposed to be in the front still. And trust me, a lot of those old Moors shirt tails got burned. And then that goes on both sides, on the spiritual for the self, and then on the national aspect for the people with the positions of power that have been abusing their positions of power because they have the authority, so they can, and all that BS that they've been doing for 100 years. Anything to do with the national includes the nation. There ain't no nation without nationals, and vice versa. So when we deal with the just for kicks, we'll just do another one. We'll just wing it, see if the lessons are there. $2.10. Sister A. Brown L. of Temple 4 and 25 said that the Holy Prophet said, some of you Moors are going to throw away your name just for a morsel of bread. That's Drew Ali's hadith. Letting you know. And we've seen these Moors, right, who took off their turban and fez, went back to the state where the Prophet found them. Gave away their name, right? Stop saying that they're El and B and all that stuff. Start calling themselves Muhammad and all types of crap. And what they do that for? For some measly handout. Some nothingness. absolute nothingness they sold out for. They didn't have to sell out. No reason. There's no reason to throw away the birthrights to go be a trader. Right? So these are the things that you know. Don't be these people. Don't be the people who that's their position. For a morsel of bread, give up their birthright. And remember, everything having to do with the national affects the nation. And the national is supposed to know thyself, which is your spirituality. It's a beautiful thing to know that our prophet is a prophet for real. What can Moors do tomorrow to celebrate if you don't have a temple to go to? Can you give suggestions? Anything Noble Drew Ali tomorrow should be given highest attention, whatever that means to you. But anything Drew Ali, anything that's Noble Drew Ali, should be given some attention and some time. And, you know, our thing is our Drew Ali Day celebration. Like January 8th is that day for us. Whatever day that falls on, that's the day that we're going to be going in for Drew Ali. There's a couple of times it fell on the 8th, you know, depending on the date the weekend falls on and availability and all that. It might be before the 8th or after, over the 16 years. Like one of the things that I do is read all the literature. We'll just read all the literature. It goes through everything. Just read the literature. That's all. Letting the Quran play. You know, let the 101 questionnaire play. You know, but anything Noble Drew Ali tomorrow. You know, nothing should be given more attention, especially when we're talking about the divine when it comes to Noble Drew Ali. So really, you know, getting connected with him tomorrow. You know, get connected with your prophet. And then, of course, there's, you know, just camaraderie with other Moors who, you know, who are on the wave, on the frequency. You know, making sure that the Holy Covenant is in mind, in heart. Know that it's not just you. It's not just you and Drew Ali. It's a whole nation. There's a whole nation of Moors. Whether dirty, traitor, sellout, honorable Moor, faithful Moor, active, passive. Tomorrow they recognize Noble Drew Ali. That's his soul return. They recognize that's his soul return. Anything else, that alone should unify Moors. Everybody knows Noble Drew Ali, everybody who at least claims they're Moors. But there's a lot you could do. And take it personal. You know what I mean? Like it's a personal relationship with you and Noble Drew Ali on his solar return. It has nothing to do with what any other Moors are doing per se. It's really what are you doing? What type of relationship do you have with your prophet tomorrow? What is the significance of the quote-unquote 7 seals in Noble Drew Ali's prophetic teachings? But anywhere that 7 goes, but really the opening of the 7 seals is him bringing back the Quran. Those lessons are the opening of the 7 seals. You're gonna, if we just go on this. Spiritual, metaphysical meaning of 7 seals. Let's just check books. Books to the Sacred, or Doors to the Sacred, a historic introduction to sacraments. The 7 Sacred Seals. Encyclopedia Britannica, 7 Seals. Revelations, Apocalypse, 4 Horsemen. So then when you go through all the lessons that Jesus was going through, that raised him on his 7, because the opening of the 7 seals is becoming enlightened, is being at the 7. When you're at the 7, that's the crown, not that LeBron crown and all that fake stuff. Enlightenment, the real crown, knowing thyself, And it's purposeful having that 7 there on the cover. And then the circle will be the seal, and then the gates are the opening of the 7 seal. So once the 7 seals open, then everything it's over at that point. Once the 7 seals open, you made it. You know, as soon as you're dealing with the 7, know that there's some spiritual. That's not just a number. Again, just do the research on the 7. Go in on 7, see how far it takes you. Again, to deal with the significance of it. Because the point of the 7 seals is for them to be opened. And as soon as you open that Quran, you just open the 7 seals. As soon as you open the Quran, the 7 seals is open. Now, are you gonna apply that to yourself? And open your 7 seals now with the opening of the 7 seals. And Moors who study their Quran, they already know that's what happens. You read that and you get enlightened. Your vibration, frequency, mindset, everything changes. Have any more questions, put them in the chat in all caps. What warnings did Noble Drew Ali give about false leaders and the fall of nations? Let's just go back. Let's just go back to the literature. Let's check Savior of Humanity. Savior of Humanity. In this electrified age, men are racing into this life without complete knowledge of where they are going or what the end will be, when riches seem to be their only pursuit, to be obtained anyway and at any cost. When selfishness, avarice, greed, and lust dominate their very being. When humanity in general is left at the mercy of those who have no mercy in them. It is truly wonderful and astounding to see one come into this mad human drama for the sole purpose of saving humanity, losing all sights on those things worldly and yielding absolutely to a cause higher than has ever yet been attained. This picture is the likeness of Prophet Noble Drew Ali, who is serving humanity, coming as he does with a message for the nations in somewhat the same manner as did Jesus, Muhammad, Buddha, Confucius, and other prophets of their day. Only the things of this prophet's day differ from the ills of the days of the past, And yet the remedy of the ills of today is about the same as the remedies for the ills of the past. All turning about the pivot love. Love for humanity. Humanity must be lifted from the unwholesome depths of poverty, misery, and suffering, and placed on the solid rock of salvation. There are some who claim to do this, but upon investigation, one finds that they have slouched under the wings of their cross to extract from those who come to them means by which they can have the pleasures of this life while they point their followers to the joy after death. While they feed their sheep, they also shear them while eating. At the close of their day, the master will be heard to tell them, "You have your reward, get thee hence." Right. NDA, right, all that stuff that they play. Rare is it that you find a real prophet whose mission is the salvation of the nations. The land is full of false prophets whose mission is to fleece the people. The time was and now is that there should come into the land a prophet in the likeness of his brothers to redeem them from sin and slavery. Truly, this prophet Noble Drew Ali is the man, bringing with him the message of love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice, which alone can save the nations. Like all the coming of Jesus, he does not come from the elect or the rich or the mighty in worldly power, but all power is given unto him to do good. This power is from Allah. It will be his works that will make men of every nation accept the truth that he brings. It will be through his teachings that the nations of the earth will understand the will of the master. It will be through him that peace on earth and goodwill to all men shall come. It will be through his work that humanity will be brought from the slime of life and placed on the solid rock of salvation. All they got to do is get with the principles, and nations will be freed, will be saved. That's all they got to do. But, you know, few faithful Moors. Few faithful Moors. Islam GS Kudra, is the world flat or around 360 degrees? It's flat, it's round, it's probably square, triangle. Who the hell knows what it is? Until they leave and come back, then all we have is what's left there. And obviously, this is not a spinning ball when they talk about the globe and all that stuff. Obviously, that's not what it is. Right? Like, stuff just not just spinning and then everything's right. So it's not spinning and all that stuff. And then if it's flat, well, that's what Europeans used to say. And people said they were nuts talking about stuff is flat and all that. Right. Now, everything they show you is on a flat surface when they talk about it's flat. Unless you got the globe with the 3D globe, that you had the mountains and all that, you could feel most of the time it's flat. Now, does that mean stuff is a pancake and all that stuff? No, I don't think that's what flat means. Because We know that you can go into oceans. So if you can go into oceans, then you know the stuff is not flat. Something's going on. I don't know what's going on. Something's going on. So I don't know. I never left to know what it is. Then if it's flat, then what's under? What's under? Nobody's not talking about what's under the flat earth. There's nothing under. There's just, there's too much. You go too many directions when you're dealing with those things there, because whether it's flat or it's round or square or whatever like that, whatever it is, right? There's still highwaymen murdering people. There's still children getting murdered and kidnapped and all that stuff. So all that stuff there is irrelevant. Doesn't mean jack. Are there aliens or not and all that BS? So what does that matter? They doing something. They got all the technology and all they did was they're just sitting there watching. Like, oh, look at these dummies. These dummies. They can't figure this stuff out. They're just sitting there. They're sitting there. Yeah, make sure you put your questions in all caps, so we don't want you complaining that, well, you didn't answer my question. Put it in all caps so you could see the question. But I got you, BR48K. Who taught you about 7? The Arabs or the Anglos? Well, not only them, also the Hindus taught me a little bit about the 7. When the Anglos learned from the ancient Egyptians, so it's not really Anglos stuff like that, right? The stuff that they put out, that's not their stuff. It didn't come from some Europeans. Everybody knows the Europeans learned from the ancient Egyptians. So they went to their schools for 40 years and all this. And then when you say the Arabs, you mean like the Middle Eastern, whoever's? Well, all those are our people too. That's Tartary. Tartaria. The Tartars. All that is us too. Phoenicia and all that is us. Canaan and all that is us. And they don't teach me about 7. They teach me about 1 to 99. And there's a lot there. There's a lot. Don't limit your learning sources to, quote unquote black people only or something like that. Learn from everywhere. Everybody could teach you something. Everybody could teach you something. Oh, can I put the link for what? Or what is it? I'll just put all the links. Let's do it easier that way. So this link, Moorish literature. That's the Moorish literature link. And then there's the oral statements link. And that's the 7 Seals. Britannica link. I think that was the last one. The link should work. You should be able to cut and paste the links. Oh, and the Jawali Christmas. The Jawali Christmas link is that one, that last one. Honors to all the Moors in the chat. Oblate means something's rounded but flattened at the top and bottom rather than being a perfect sphere. Yeah, I've seen some, where is it that had ones like that? Yeah, that one could work too. It's a flat oblate sphere. It's all of them. It's all. There's no one thing that it is. It's all of it. Yeah, what does it matter when the boot's on the neck, for real? Eating your teeth, talking about what? Talking about, is Earth round? Islam. Oh yeah, you know it. Where is it at? Yeah, we're at days at this point. Days at this point. So a Moor Vendors presentation. Taj Tariq Bey and Nature El Bey. You already know how these Moors, you already know. If you've been studying, you know. If you've been studying, you know. So this Saturday, the Moors gonna be getting it in for Jawali Day, 16th annual Noble Jawali Day celebration with Canaanland Moors. 101st anniversary of Moorish Holy Temple of Science. Noble Jawali put in a lot of work. But it's this Saturday, January 10th, at the Steelworkers Hall, 25 Cecil Street. You're going to be with the Moors. This is what we do every Noble Jawali Day to honor our prophet, give him the respect that's due, give him his honors. So don't forget to give some honors to Noble Jawali tomorrow. You know, get your little white candles or whatever, or, you know, get your red and green candles, you know, change up the ritual, whatever you got to do, whatever it is, you know, light some incense or get some books, all the books that mention Noble Jawali that you have, pull all those out, find the pages, you know, read about him, whatever, you know. YouTube Noble Jawali, watch every video that comes up about Noble Jawali. You know, just be open to knowing about the prophet tomorrow. Just be open. Supreme honors to all Moors worldwide. Honors to our prophet. Honors to all Moors who support Noble Drew Ali 100%. No questions asked when it comes to the prophet. Got him. Honors to all the Moors. This was Q&A Wednesday, Season 2, Episode 17. You can go to Canaanland Moors YouTube to the playlist and go check out Season 1 of the Q&A. And oh yeah, honors to all the Moors who sent in their questions and chat questions, and all the Moors giving their piece, you know, helping everybody find their way in this mad human drama. Honors to you. Supreme honors to our prophet, Noble Drew Ali. Love and peace to all Moors worldwide. Islam.